Today we take a tour of the game room. Let's take a slow pan of the entire room. Breathe it all in. We'll go further in detail in each area here in just a minute. What game room wouldn't be complete without a wall of games? I put all the games in alphabetical order to make it fast to get the game that you want. I started the purge to get rid of the games that are no longer being played. I have about 100 games. My goal is to get it down to 75. And this is the wall of pain for that pesky player that takes forever on their turn. I'm looking at you. Let's move on to table number 1. My first creation, a small 2 to 3 player table that's perfect to play a quick game while waiting for the next one to start. After that, we have table number 2. I built this table next. It's a vaulted table. This is where we used to play D&D, but table 3 is used for that now. It's used more for the big games. TI-4, War of the Ring, Star Wars Rebellion, and Defenders of the Realm. I replaced the top with a wider board to fit a D&D book, but this became too wide after playing because you could no longer reach the middle of the table as easy. Lesson learned. I added a surround sound system underneath so you can play thematic music while playing. I used mellowdice.com. You type in the game you're playing and a playlist of thematic music is right there for you. Here's table number 3. I just finished up some upgrades. A smaller table where players are close to each other and the centerpiece where all the action is. A Lazy Susan lets players access any part of the terrain while playing. The DM area with a computer and drawers for the things needed during the game. 7 cameras and a single mic, which is the next thing that's going to be upgraded with individual mics for each player. Now, on the table are dice trays, power to charge your devices, and phone holders for your character sheets. This is the DM screen. I just built out a Dollar Tree foam and hot glue, an easy project that I plan to make a YouTube video about on how I made it. It only took me one night to make it. If there's interest, let me know if you like the setup and I can do a deeper dive into all the pieces. At one time, all these cubbies were filled with only HeroClix, back in the day when HeroClix was fun, without white powers, team bases, and all the silliness. And now this is all that remains, just a few pieces of a once wonderful game. And further down is my kids' shelves, where they display all their painted creations. An outgrown costume turned into a wall decoration. Navi, bombs, boomerangs, dookie stick, they're all here. Here we have Arcadia Quest, followed by Middle-earth strategy battle game. I really enjoy this game and the process of making and painting all the figures. Some of the figures I made as paper standees. Link above to the video of how I made them. Star Wars Imperial Assault. Here are all the mercenary figures. I really enjoyed this game, and then it got discontinued and replaced by Legion. Boo! The Empire's up next though, and I even have some of my pre-made teams below them. with the rebels on the bottom shelf. Now comes my favorite game, War of the Ring. I spent so much time painting these figures. It makes such a great difference while playing though, to see all these painted miniatures on the table. If you haven't heard of the game, it's a 2-player head-to-head game where you play through the epic story of Lord of the Rings, from Rivendell all the way to Mount Doom. Such a great thematic game all around. The rest is the need to paint shelves. There's so many minis that I have to paint. I have to cut back on buying new stuff until all this stuff is done. You got Zombicide, Rum and Bones, a little bit of Imperial Assault, and Arcadia Quest, which I plan to probably get rid of. If you've listened to our D&D podcast, this is Crow, a creepy emo kid bard who had survived our entire Out of the Abyss campaign. Below it, we have Mansions of Madness. I made the figure bases out of wood, and below there, you got the rest of the Defenders of the Realm that my daughter started painting. She's working on that. Here we have Marvel United, so many figures unpainted, and so many more to come March. Here's a few that are painted on top that I've done using this slap chop method of painting. Goes on easy. We got a few D&D figures, and then Blood Rage. I'm starting to paint Blood Rage finally. Got a long way to go on those with a few pieces from Osgiliath. The rest is reserved for D&D terrain, making it real easy for the DM to get up, get props for the game. The corner shelves here hold the wood discs that are used for pre-built encounters, making things run smooth during the game. You just pick up one of the discs and then set it on the turntable in the middle of the table. The black shelves are made of Dollar Tree foam core, and they hold the rest of the terrain. Eventually they'll have labels on them so you know what's in what, but right now they're not. This one has the inserts that are made from cereal boxes or animal cracker boxes that you can just pull out and get the items that you need. Poster of our first D&D party. My friend Steven made it, so I obviously had to blow it up. One of my favorite pieces in the room. The newest creation is my hidden bookcase store. This bookcase is where I showcase some of the games and books that I love. This is actually the first thing I wanted to build, and it only took me 13 years to do it. There are a few D&D figures down here of the Mind Flayers, and then we have my display piece, the In Battle with the Demigorgon. Our adventurers took it on in our Out of the Abyss campaign. One thing that is missing are the miniatures, and here's the mini shelf. We got WizKids, Myth, Rum and Bones, 3D printed miniatures, self-sculpted minis. I tried to keep them into groups. Yet again, another nightmare is how to organize all these. This works out good enough for us right now. Down here are the playable characters. And let's not forget Marvel United. Here's all the completed miniatures. And I love painting these figures. They're so chunky. It's so easy to paint all the nooks and crannies. A great starter project for any painter. Some things I want to do is to fix the sound system for our streaming. I'm waiting on a few pieces of equipment so I can get that done so we can have a better sound while we're streaming. And here on the back wall and all the surrounding walls, I want to put up XPF foam and then use a carving tool to make it look like a dungeon. It's going to be a massive project, but I think I can get it done. And then on this door, I want it to make a mimic door. I want the mimic face right here, and in the center have it protruding out with this long, nasty tongue sticking out. You might be asking, where's your streaming room? Where do you stream marbles? This isn't an ordinary bookcase. Actually, a hidden bookcase. Come on, let's go inside. Here is the crafting room, where I make all my terrain and paint my miniatures. We have a theater wall for the movies, with a bar on the side if you get hungry. And now, this is where the dedicated video game streaming station is, where the weekly giveaways happen. That's the game room. So much stuff all around. I want to thank you for watching. What was your favorite part about the game room? Anything you want me to go into further detail, I can do that. Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, see you later.